Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Editor D, and holy shit, I'm back making videos again. So for those 5 to 10 people that actually pay attention to my channel, expect to see some more videos coming out. So where have I been? Well, I just got really busy at work with the holidays. Advertising is always really busy around Christmas, and then I also went out of town for a while. I was on a vacation out of the country. And then I got really sick, and the games I was recording in Battlefield 3 just weren't all that interesting, and the game was still new, so I didn't really have much to say, and I just didn't feel like it was worth posting. And then Skyrim came out, and I pretty much dropped off the Battlefield planet for a while and played the living shit out of Skyrim. Love that game. It was a lot of fun. I'm still playing it here and there, but recently I've gotten back into Battlefield 3. Oh yes, I also failed to mention that I actually had Highs, Lows, and Chats episodes 1 through 3 for Battlefield 3 recorded and cut and ready to upload, and my hard drive actually took a shit. It failed, and that's the first time I've ever had a hard drive fail on me in I don't know how many. I've probably owned 10 different computers in my life, and I hadn't backed up shit. So I lost everything, all of my gameplay, all of my past gameplays, all of my shit. Luckily I had enough backed up that I could get all my applications back, but that was pretty devastating. Yeah, so I haven't been around for a while, but I've been recording here recently. And by the way, this is just some gameplay of Squad Deathmatch. Nothing really important, nothing really fascinating. I think it's like a pretty average. I think it's actually not even a good game. I think I went like 14 and 13 or something on this. But I just want to use it as a backdrop to talk about what's going on now and how I feel about Battlefield 3 now that it's been out for quite a while. We've had time to really let it sink in and really start to understand what you need to do in the game. When we first started playing, there was, I mean, I loved it at first, and I think so did all of my normal crew of people that I play with, and then we kind of started not loving it. Like there were some problems. Like it just didn't seem quite as enjoyable as Bad Company 2. It was kind of like all those really fun, like holy shit moments that we were having in Bad Company 2, or really exciting, like really fun stuff to do was kind of not really happening. And that sort of turned my friends off and myself off to the game a little bit. We were having so much fun in Bad Company 2, and I know this game was new, and I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, you have to get used to a new game. You know, you don't really know everything about it. It plays differently, and it should play differently. You know, it shouldn't be a carbon copy, you know, like some games tend to be these days. But I was missing the really exciting shit, you know, like taking out a helicopter with an AT-4 that you just perfectly curved right into it, and you know, stuff like that was not happening in the game. It's like, oh, I got to lock on with this Strela missile, and then I do that, and the helicopter still doesn't go down, or you know, I've hit it 3 times now, and like, what the fuck is going on? So there was a lot of like frustration involved with the game where it just wasn't enjoyable for a while. But recently, and I kind of knew this was going to happen, it's starting to make sense now, and it's starting to become really fun. And I've been playing it a lot recently, and I'm kind of back into it full force. And the same thing's happening with my friends that I play with all the time. It was sort of a mixed bag. Like, half of them were really into it, and the other half were not liking it at all. But recently, everybody's been coming around and starting to, it's sort of making that aha sort of moment where it's like, okay, this game is really starting to make sense, and it's really starting to become fun. And I kind of knew that was going to happen. There's always that period of time that you have to stay with a game like this until it gets to that moment where it becomes a little more muscle memory and you're starting to do fun stuff. And that's now happening in the game. So that's a really good thing. There is one major fucking problem with this game, and I know that's why it's deterred a lot of my friends, and that is, at least on console, because I do play on Xbox, the squad management and the team management is fucking terrible. It's it's inexcusable. It's so bad. I don't understand it. And if anyone can find any information from DICE or EA as to why they can't give us 8 or 12 person teams with different squads so that we can all play together as a big group, let me know. Like, I cannot find that information or any sort of like comment that they have made as to why it's so fucked up or why it's so limited to only 4 people. And then even with 4 people, you try to join a game even using the server browser like they recommend, and oh, okay, there's only 8 people in this game, we should easily be able to get in, and it splits us up. It puts us on different squads, and we don't want to fucking play on different squads. We want to play on the same squad. That's the whole reason. That's what these games are about, remember? Really what they should have done was just fucking rip off Call of Duty's party system, because it is damn near perfect. If I can get 12 of us into a lobby and we have to wait, you know, maybe 30 seconds, even a few minutes for the other team to fill up with people, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't need to be put into a server randomly and then have to try to switch teams and stuff to try to get us all on the same team, and then we maybe have to wait a game or two because there's somebody in our squad that won't quit out, or it's so fucked up and it's so frustrating. But we're at least starting to get around it a little bit, and it just sucks that I have to fucking do that every time. But overall, I really love this game. I think, you know, the graphics are great. I love the sound is phenomenal. It's amazing. It's probably the best thing about the game. The movement is really nice. The hit detection's good, you know, most of the time, not all the time, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot I really love about it. The destruction was a little disappointing. I thought it was going to be a lot more. I can understand they wouldn't want you to tear down every single building because that would just kind of be ridiculous, but I thought there was going to be more, so that's a little disappointing. But overall, I really do love the game. I like that there's a shit ton of different weapons, yet it doesn't really feel like any are too overpowered, although recently a lot of people are using the USAS or the USAS-12 with frag grenades and extended mags, and that's getting a little fucking annoying and ridiculous, so I've decided not to use that kit. I tried it a little bit, and I actually kind of don't like it, but the mortar stuff kind of pisses me off a little bit. I wouldn't mind it so much if you couldn't use it in your own spawn where the other team can't get to you, especially in like a game of Rush where the guy's just sitting back in his spawn. There's no way to reach him, and he's just fucking pounding you with mortars. That's a boring aspect of the game. And radio beacons are a little annoying. I hate that these snipers are getting up, like on this map, they'll get up on the highway, the road above on the overpass, and kind of snipe down, and that's fucking boring. It just kind of slows things down a bit. And then you got these camping snipers, which I like the recon in this game. I like that there's a lot of semi-auto and you can do a lot of medium range sort of aggressive sniping, which I've lately been enjoying, especially on Squad Deathmatch. But also the Mavs, you know, people flying them around trying to just run over people constantly, that's kind of annoying, you know. I know there's like some stuff you can unlock by killing people with that thing, but it's just kind of stupid. But the handguns are fucking great. I love the way the handguns work in the game. I also really like the 320 grenade launcher, although I know they're kind of worried about the spamming of that, but I don't really try to use it on infantry running down the street, but if somebody's near a wall and I can take them out with it, it's a lot of fun. So I really enjoy that as well. It's one of my favorite things to do, is just blow the wall out and kill somebody. It's been that way since Bad Company too. I think grenades work really well. I'm glad that if you throw down ammo, you can't quickly reload them, so there's not a whole ton of grenade spam. Rockets can be annoying. People use them on infantry, but I know they're sort of adjusting stuff and nerfing some things here and there. And I think DICE is doing a good job of keeping up with that stuff. You know, minus the fucking squad management thing. Still, I won't say a word about it. That's ridiculous shit, right? While I'm being negative, I'll just say that Rush is kind of a disappointment just because it's really hard for the attackers on a lot of the maps on certain IMCOM sets. You just can't seem to make it past, no matter how good your team is. If they have a fairly decent team on the defending side, a lot of times you just can't do shit about it because they get dug in and there's no way around it. They didn't really put in flanking routes on some of the maps, and not all of them, but just some of the maps. Like, for instance, Operation Metro. trying to get through that middle section can just be fucking impossible, and that's kind of a disappointment. But Conquest seems to be really good. You know, I really enjoy that quite a bit. But honestly, Squad Deathmatch has been the most fun for me recently. I just kind of like the fast-pacedness of it and just kind of getting into it, and without it being kind of ridiculously Call of Duty cartooned out, you know. I don't have to worry about all these crazy perks and shit going on, and so it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to be able to switch over to Squad Deathmatch and actually really enjoy it, and then go back to Rush or Conquest when we want to work together as a team and play a little more Battlefield-esque style gaming, you know. What's kind of interesting is I haven't gotten into the vehicles too much, honestly. I like things like the Jeeps and being able to move quickly through there and kind of fishtail those things around and stuff. The guns on the tanks seem a little underpowered sometimes, especially the secondary guns when you're trying to take out infantry, which I guess is fine because, you know, if it's overpowered, it's worse. Nice little stab there. Nice little double kill there. But I haven't messed too much with the helicopters, really, a few times here and there, but I just tend to be more of a person that gets into the infantry side of it and kind of enjoys that more. I like running in and being the guy to set the MCOM or take the flag and that sort of thing, while the friends are using the tanks or the jets. The jets, I honestly don't really give a shit about them. I don't know. I mean, a person doing a good job in a jet can really keep the tanks on the enemy side away and can tear some shit up. But for the most part, they just seem so separated from the game, and it kind of I don't know. I just didn't find them very fun to fly, and didn't really try to get good at them. So I don't use them much. I wish they would have balanced a few things out. Like I feel like sometimes the tanks can be a little overpowered, not all the time, because it takes so many shots to take them down. And the javelins do help because they're stronger, but then it seems to take like forever to lock onto a tank, and that's kind of a pain in the ass, especially if they're using optics or infrared or something like that, and can easily pick out where you're at. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but I don't know. I mean, I know I'm doing a lot of complaining here, but honestly, they did so many things right. The one major thing that I think is just really great about the game is that it is totally immersive, and that says a lot. I mean, this is probably the most immersive first-person shooter ever, at least in my opinion, of course, but that is a major thing. It kind of trumps everything else, in my opinion. The sounds, the way the weapons feel, the bullets, watching the bullet drop, you know, the little glint even there on the sniper, that was a pretty great shot. Well, it's probably a pretty average shot by most people, but a pretty great shot for me. Yeah, there's just so much that I really do love about the game, and I will definitely be playing it for quite some time. Now, that was a pretty good shot, because he was running, and I got him. So maybe I get a little credit there. So, yep, I just wanted to post this extremely long video on where I've been, what I'm up to, and just to let you guys know, for the few of you that do pay attention to my channel, that I have more episodes of Highs, Lows, and Chats coming. You know, I had already cut those other 3, and they're gone, but I have new ones on the way here. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what Highs, Lows, and Chats is, it's basically I take 1 to 3 games of Battlefield and I kind of show them in just a really honest way from start to finish. I cut out all the bullshit in between, the running and the like boring stuff, or just like average kind of nothing kills, and I kind of show the good moments, my bad moments, so even getting killed, and just funny shit that we say, like chats with me and my friends. I record our voices and try to put together something that's fairly entertaining. And it probably resembles something more that you play with your own friends rather than constantly making some montage of me sniping people. And as for the people who have subscribed to me because of a Call of Duty video I made quite some time back, it's the multiplayer, improving your multiplayer game, tips and tricks that I made quite a while ago for Black Ops, and I've gotten a lot of subscribers from that video, and I really appreciate that. I actually haven't bought Modern Warfare 3, and I'm not trying to say that I think the game is a piece of shit or anything like that, or make a statement about it at all. I just, I'm really into Battlefield these days, and it's what I prefer to play. I can't even make a comment about Modern Warfare 3 because I haven't played it, so it could be great, but this Battlefield's kind of more my style these days, and so I, don't expect any Modern Warfare 3 videos coming out from me. And if you enjoy the game, I think you should play it. I have no comment as to whether it's good or bad, but yeah. So hopefully I don't lose too many of you guys. And highs, lows, and chats coming up. Thanks again. Please leave me any questions or comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think about Battlefield 3 or what your opinions are. Do they differ from mine? If anybody knows if DICE or EA ever plan to change anything with the squad management for consoles. Send me that information if you've read anything about it or know what's going on with it. Yeah, feel free to ask for stuff if there's something you guys want to see. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. I know this is really long, and more vids coming up. Thanks.